Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Grand Cat and today we're going to be looking at the WWE Ultimate Edition of the Final Boss, The Rock. Yes, the People's Champion, the Great One. We are going to be looking at him and he comes with the People's Championship, which is one of the major selling points of this little figure. And we will be comparing him to the last Ultimate Edition Rock that we got, that was also open on this channel. So let's take a quick look at the back of the box, and well, this is quite a large box and we can't really get it all on camera, so I'm going to have to scroll the camera up just a tiny bit just to let you see the full image, and we'll once again turn this around just so that you can see the top of the figure. You can see the side just says The Rock, and on that side you have the People's Champion himself. Now let's just scroll the camera back down just a little bit, so that when we're actually opening the figure, you can actually see the full stage. So let's take a look at him. And there's a lot of tape going on here. So it's just a case of cutting open any tape that we come across. We're not going to keep the packaging for this one. We're just going to be keeping the figure. There's sometimes you want to keep the packaging, there's other times that you're just like, I'm not really in this for the collecting of it, I just want a figure to represent the final boss. And I think that the People's Championship is a really cool little accessory. And if you're new to the channel, what I like to do is I like to go through the entire unboxing, each part, piece by piece. So you do get to see the whole unboxing, you get to see exactly what it's like as it comes out of the box. There's no jump skips here, at least I try not to. And there's everything that you get in the packaging. So, it's quite cool, quite a lot. Ultimate Editions are, of course, a little bit more expensive than your regular WWE Elites. They are essentially just a elite figure, but what makes them an Ultimate Edition is the accessories that they come with. They generally come with something a little bit special, and of course this Ultimate Edition version of The Rock, it does come with the championship. It also comes with the cloth goods of the outfit that he wore at, I believe, WrestleMania 40. There is little parts here at the legs that we have to deal with. I hadn't seen these before. So there's a little bit here, the legs that we do need to clip. My goodness. Clip that there. Then it should release our People's Champion. Now let's go ahead and get out all the accessories before we do anything else. So it comes with 2 alternate heads and an additional 6 alternate hands, which is 8 hands in total. It comes with 2 of them. It'd be really strange if he didn't come with 2 of them. That head just refuses to stand. Of course, it comes with the People's Championship, which is really cool. It comes with all 6 of the side plates. He comes with his acknowledging hands with the finger up. I think it's maybe also supposed to be a pointing hand. He comes with the Just Bring It hands as well, where his hand is curved. I suppose we've got the previous Rockin', and he also comes with 2 closed fists. And he does come with the the cloth version, which, oh, it's got a little bit of Velcro in it there. It feels really weird. It feels really plasticky. So it comes with the shirt, and also comes with the trousers, and I don't know how these are supposed to... Oh, I see, right. So there's a Velcro at the back, and then presumably you just fit that over the legs, and I imagine that would be an absolute pain to do, so I am going to choose not to do it. I already know that I am not going to use those on my figure. We are just going to showcase him the way that he currently is, with the People's Championship over the shoulder. I'm sure there are many people out there that want the cloth goods to get him in his WrestleMania entrance attire, but unfortunately I am not one of them. And it just only looks to be an absolute pain in order to do it. I just realised that the camera is just off alignment, so there we are. May need to change that again when we go for the little rotation gimmick at the end. So this is kind of cool. It does say like Final Boss, The Rock and everything. It says, I think it's kind of like a throwback to his, what is it, $6,000 t-shirt or whatever ridiculous. I think it was $500 t-shirt, and then it changed to $5,000. And it just got more elaborate and more ridiculous as time went on. So let's take a look at the Rock figure himself, first of all. So it's a really, really nice looking figure for the Rock. We're just going to scroll up just a little bit here. The tattoos look really good. He's got the brand new tattoo here, which we didn't have in the previous one. He also has these butterfly joints that the Elite figures don't have, which gives you a lot more flexibility, which is really, really cool. And there you can see his whole big Maui-esque tattoo. I believe it's some kind of tribal thing. I'm not entirely sure. It is not my forte. I do not know an awful lot about the heritage of tattoos, but I know that they are a large feature in some cultures. I know that this is where he used to have the Brahma Bull tattoo, and it got sort of tattooed over with this kind of, I think it's supposed to be like a cow's skull kind of thing. Now this head, this doesn't look like The Rock, this looks like Maven. I'm not sure what this is about, but it looks really, really crazy to see a kind of babyface version of the final boss Rock. Doesn't look exactly right, so we are going to change that over. Let's go ahead and we'll swap it out with the head we aren't going to use first of all, which is this one, which I think this is just supposed to be a sort of, I don't know, like a kind of action pose, you know, if you want to, you know, like get him in mid, you know, spine buster or about to do the people's elbow, or maybe if you want to have the final boss in a submission or something. But this one, it really doesn't speak to me at all. The one we are going to go for is the more heel version of the heads. This is the one I'm intending to stick with. So it should just pop in, and I'm not hearing the pop. So I'm hoping that that is it in. And oh my goodness, I just realized that this version of The Rock seems to have the same issue with the little shaky head that the other Rock figure has. I think that's incredible that they both have the same issue. I wonder if it is on properly. I think it is. I'm going to try that again. No, yeah, the problem is the little ball joint here. I can't believe that that has happened twice. And there's no way this is supposed to click in any other way, so that is just the way that it is. But yeah, to me, that looks a little bit more like the final boss. Also, it's really cool because this chest swivel doesn't just go up or down, you can actually have it move inwards so that you can have the rock kind of lean in. The stomach does swivel on this one as well. And that is pretty cool, actually. I think it's a double elbow joint in here. Though the elbow pad is on here pretty well. I don't really want to go moving it because that is kind of what I want to keep. But now let's do a very quick comparison with the previous one. And I just realised that the rock does not want to stand easily. He keeps wanting to fall over. He does have toe swivels, which the Roman Reigns that we just looked at doesn't. So by satisfying that, there we are. Let's go ahead and put him back up here. And now let's bring in the previous rock. And this is supposed to be representative of the 2014 version of the rock, which is why he's got the world title, the 2014 version of the championship. And there you can see the head sculpt. It's got the eyebrow raised, and you've got the old tattoo on the arm, as opposed to the newer skull tattoo. And I think this is a really cool looking version of the rock. But I'm really, really happy to have the final boss version. Of course, this one also came with a microphone, which the new one does not. Instead, he comes with full ring gear. And also, I'm pretty sure that they've made this version of the rock like more powerful. Like the actual like chest and muscle definition seems to be a lot bigger than this version. I mean, it is kind of partly hidden by the shoulders, but if we take a look at the back, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's actually a little bit difficult to tell. It's just that the new version of the rock seems to give the illusion that he's stronger, that he's more built. And in fairness, the current final boss version of the rock, or version 10.0 as the rock has also referred to himself, is a very, very muscular version, a very muscular build of the rock, which the 2014 one wasn't quite there. So let's see, how are we going to pose our final boss? What do we want with the final boss here? We certainly want the title in some way. Now let's take a look at the title, because this is a really, really cool title. This is maybe one of the best titles that I've seen. They've got the... Is this upside down? No, it's not. I thought that little bit there was supposed to be the other way around. I thought it was supposed to be like this, but no. I'm not actually exactly sure what this is supposed to be here, but it does have the little metal plates on the two sides. You've got your 6 different side plates, all coloured, and looks really, really cool. And it's, I mean, on the back, there's nothing really special going on here. There you can see it says 2024, Mattel, and so on and so forth. But yeah, this is a really, really cool little People's Championship belt. So we definitely want to equip him with that. It's just a case of how do we want to go about showcasing that? Now, the last time, of course, we used the Just Bring It hands. I'm very tempted to do that again. I also like the idea of the finger point, because Rock doesn't really do the Just Bring It thing anymore. Certainly since he's turned final boss of the heel, he definitely has a much more aggressive attitude. So I'm actually thinking that the finger point might be slightly cooler. especially since he doesn't come with a microphone this time. So we're going to have to just use what we have. And I think we are going to do something. We're going to have to turn this just a bit, rotate the hand up just a little. And I think we're going to use a closed fist here on this one. And if we can just loop this around. And of course we want the People's Championship facing into the Rock. So we want to do something a little bit like that. We want to make it absolutely secure on his shoulder, like he isn't going to be parting with it anytime soon. Actually, I think I'll just loosen it just one more little notch, just so we can really get it high up on the shoulder. Something like that. And we want the entire thing to be something like that. And how does that look? And I'm also just going to curve the fist in just a tiny bit here, rotate it up, because I am a perfectionist. And being a perfectionist is a curse, not a blessing, because it leads to many, many irritating points in life. But yeah, there, how does that look? Let's go ahead and compare that to our 2014 one. And there we go. Which one do you think looks better? That is the question for all of you at home. I think they both look awesome in their own different ways. But now let's go ahead and we will move the accessories off to the side. And let's do a quick 360 with our brand new final boss. And there we are. That is very, very cool, to say the least. This is one that I was really looking forward to. The second that I saw the figure with the People's Championship belt, I immediately put in the pre-order for it. And I was like, yep, that's definitely happening. There's no way that isn't happening. And I think it does look very, very cool. And just for fun, let's put both of them back to back with one another. And I'm going to rotate the camera up just a tiny bit so that both of them can be seen. And there we go. Which Rock do you think is cooler? The final boss or the 2014 version? And what do you think in terms of the head sculpt, the body, the titles, the accessories? I want to hear all of the opinions of all of you in the Grand Cat Grand Fleet out there, and even just things like the tattoo work and such. I want to hear your opinions on that. Which one do you think is a nicer version of the Rock? And is this something you're going to go out and grab yourself, or is this one that you're going to give a miss? And with that said, folks, that is going to be it for this little video, and I really hope you've all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so that you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.